So Royale High is dying out because of these reasons. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about Royale High and people saying in the community that Royale High is basically dying out and what's going on and how can we prevent this from happening, because when there's a will, there's a way. And I'm sorry guys, no face cam for today's video. I actually haven't really planned to make this video. The only reason why I'm making this video is because, I mean, it was not planned, so I really couldn't get ready, and I'm on a tight schedule right now. So if you want to find any of our videos where my face isn't it, you can just check out my previous videos, or just stay tuned because next video will probably be a face cam video. But for today's video, I'm not going to have face cam, but I am still going to give you guys the information you need in today's video. So yeah guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this bell notifications so you won't miss any more commentary videos like this. And now we're going to go on to this very hard topic, because Royale High is my favorite game ever, and talking about this really pains me, but I just wanted to make sure I got every information in this video clear and call to action. I actually have 6 notes on my notepad right now, so I won't lose topic and I won't lose like track of what I'm saying. Anyway, let's get started guys. Talking about the lack of interest in Royale High, and this has to do with the community, and I'm actually going to be doing more of an interactive reason right now. I made like so many community tabs talking about the situation. I asked you guys, hey, don't you feel like Royale High channels are dying, or hey, do you want me to do this in Royale High, do you want me to do that in Royale High, what games do you want me to play in the channel? I've asked you guys that so many times on my community tab, and you guys answered. And many of you guys have said that, and probably a good 50% of the people who answered in my comment section said that they lost interest in Royale High as a game. They think it's boring, they think it's just not how it used to be, they think that there's nothing to do in the game anymore. People have made their ideas clear that this is definitely not just one person thinking about this. This is almost half of the community that is thinking about this whole situation. And this is a very relevant topic in Royale High, because at this moment, Royale High isn't exactly updating as much as it used to anymore. Like usually Royale High used to update at least like once a month, but I think Royale High hasn't updated since like March, no, really just like April was just like last month, but the update was very small. It was a very small update. You guys have shown a lack of interest in Royale High. Why? Because of certain reasons where I'm going to be going in today's video. And again guys, I want to say that this is definitely not your fault, honestly. I feel like I understand what you guys are saying. It's good to raise your concerns in a game that you love so much. It's not like we're trying to hate on Royale High. Or like you're not trying to hit it on Royale High, honestly. I think we're just all putting our concerns on the table about this whole situation and like seeing why we don't, you know, play the game as much as we used to anymore. And I would like to address this in the video, but when there's a problem, there's a solution. So I'm trying to like at least open some ideas of how we can help the game revive, if that makes sense. Talk about is Royale High and the lack of updates. Now I kind of glossed over this in the first part of the video about talking about the people's lack of interest, but the reason why people have lack of interest is because there was a theme with my comments in the comment section. When people said that they had a lack of interest in Royale High, they also said that they did not like how Royale High didn't update as much as they used to anymore, and they found it boring. Now we gotta realize when Royale High updates, it's a big deal guys. 100k people start playing. Oh, I think we almost had 500k people playing in one update. It was crazy, and I was so happy for the game in Royale High, because that's the traction that they deserve. It's such a great game. But the thing is that what's happening right now is that the lack of updates in Royale High is kind of jeopardizing the whole game, honestly. Like if you look at the players playing right now, Royale High, Bloxburg, and Abbie were like the top 3 games that a lot of people started playing. But now Royale High is gonna drop to like the 6th played game instead of like the 3rd played game. In fact, it used to be like the 2nd played game back in 2018, but now it just started losing its place little by little, and it's just not. It hasn't been the same. Why? Because they haven't been updating. So the thing is that many of you guys have raised your concerns about why they haven't been updating, and let me just tell you guys my theory on why they haven't. Number one, because of the new school. I think Barbie's on vacation right now, so they really aren't doing anything much, but when they weren't on vacation, they were working on the new school as fast as they could, which we cannot see. And since they were working on the new school and not anything else really, we really couldn't see many progress in the game publicly, and that's kind of like that hurts the game a little bit, because if the new game, if like the game Royale High doesn't update publicly, which we can see, because I think this update has been here since like early April, late March, so if you saw that and see like, okay, well they're working on the new school but we can't see it, how are new players going to get in the game? How is everything going to progress if we can't see the updates happening like it used to? Like they used to update like once a month back then. I think 2019 they even almost updated like twice a month. So there were many like recent updates, but as soon as the new school started getting into the picture, they started updating less and less, and that's the reason why there's like a lack of updates, because they've been working on a new school for most of their time. I feel like they should maybe put like the developers in certain little categories of the game. One, like a few developers can work on the apparel, like the sets, the individual skirts, individual like shoes in Royale High, so we can get more sets and shoes that doesn't have to do with every single like seasonal update. Some developers should work on plot updates. Like I feel like there was like a time where this I think it was a developer. This developer was supposed to make like a rework for the Battle a la Royale realm, and the thing is that it never really come to pass. Like in the Halloween update, there was supposed to be a Halloween rework for the Battle Royale that never happened. So there are developers to make new updates for different realms. We just don't see it happening because they gotta get it approved first. But that's taking a while because many developers are working on the new school and many can't come to pass for us to see it. So the next thing is it's affecting YouTubers. So basically, if you guys don't know, I actually spoke about this in my community tab. Royale High channels have definitely, I mean, not all Royale High channels, trust me, I've done my research. Many Royale High channels are still A-okay, and their views are like squeaky clean, so don't get me wrong, I'm not categorizing all Royale High YouTubers having this problem, but my channel and many other channels have definitely had this problem where Royale High, you know, traffic or our like views were going down and stuff like that, which again, it's not all that I think about. Like, of course, I still like making videos for you guys, which is why I still post, but I wanted to add this in because I also wanted to bring this whole situation with not only players in Royale High, but with YouTubers that make Royale High content. Now, a lot of people have been saying, okay, maybe it's like a YouTube glitch or something. I personally think it's because Royale High is definitely not catering to many other people as it used to anymore, especially since the lack of updates is happening. For now, because I know that there's going to be an update soon during the summertime, so this is only happening for the month of May and like the early weeks of June, so we actually get an update, but I'm hoping we get an update in June because definitely is affecting YouTubers. I don't want to like go over too much of this because not all YouTubers are getting affected, so I just don't think it's my place to talk about this whole situation, since not all YouTubers are getting affected about this whole situation, but I'm just telling you guys that it is happening, and it's a problem at this point. But again, I guess it's not much of a concern because we all know why this is happening to YouTubers. When Royale High is slow, the YouTube community is slow, the Instagram community is slow, the Twitter community is slow. It's a chain effect. It's like a food chain, like, you know what I mean? So if Royale High, the game itself is slow, so is all the communities, and so is all of the YouTubers and everyone that makes a living off of this content. So again, I really hope that maybe this whole situation does get better when we finally get an update, but it's definitely still concerning because since Royale High always have to update to keep its relevancy, I just don't know if that's a healthy situation at this point. But just keep that in mind, guys. Does Royale High really need to update like every single like month to keep its relevancy? Because some games don't even update in like 2 months, so they still keep their players playing. Again, it's still affecting YouTubers. So we're going to talk about things to do when Royale High are limited. So basically, if you guys don't know, I mean, a lot of people are making videos like what to do in Royale High when you're bored, what to do in Royale High when you have nothing to do. Like, a lot of people have been doing that for ages, but the thing is that people are in need for something to do right now in Royale High. Like, I actually want to do an experiment about this, so you guys can come with me on this whole experiment. I want to go to a random public server and I want to go to Divinia Park, the same Divinia Park, and see if anyone is playing the egg hunt. Because the egg hunt is still here. You can still teleport to this sign-up board. You can still play the egg hunt. So I want to know if people are still playing the egg hunt, because there is still a game to play in Royale High. Okay, guys, so we are in the server. We are in a public server. As you can see, there are people around me, and we are going to be looking at everything here. So there are some people here, don't get me wrong, but obviously that there aren't many people playing the... Let me just teleport here. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we are at the mini hunt game thing, and there's nobody playing this game. Like, still waiting for 4 players. Like, let's say I want to play the game, right? And they want to play the egg hunt round. It would only be me. It would only be me that would be playing this game, and I would never ever play because no one else is playing with me. So it just proves my point. The stuff here is limited, and that's like affecting what people are doing in Royale High. Because look, there's no one playing the egg hunt, and if I keep on like flying around here, I don't really see many people except for in the front. Look at if we go to and teleport to Battle à la Royale, I'm sure will be some people about Battle à la Royale, because it's like a huge like game where people can basically play a game. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people playing. We got 9 players. Oh wow. That's really interesting, because it used to be like 20 players in the game, to be honest. So yeah, honestly, we didn't even get to 10 players. So this is definitely a change in Royale High's player count.
Okay guys, so I actually forgot to say this in the video, but I actually didn't go to Sunset Island, but I actually spoke about this with my sister just right now, and we realized that with Sunset Island, the reason why there's some players that aren't really playing Sunset Island either is number one, because they're not updating any accessories, and you get diamonds from like participating in the pageant. So usually people play the pageant to get more diamonds to get stuff in Royale High, but they haven't really been updating the apparel side of Royale High, aka the accessories, the skirts. And the second thing is that they haven't been updating the Royale High themes, like the pageant themes in the pageant. So people have just been playing the same themes over and over again, and it's gonna get repetitive and boring. And they haven't changed the themes since Sunset Island basically came out, which is like back in 2019. So just like keep that in mind looking forward in today's video. That's another kind of proof of why people really say that there's nothing much to do in Royale High because of these reasons.
We are back. Okay, so when there's an update, people barely play for a month without losing interest again. So that's like a vague thing, but let me just explain that. When there's an update, guys, when usually like a big update like Christmas or like Halloween, it blows up. Like Royale High gets 100k people playing, it's great. We get on the front page again, it's awesome. But in a few weeks time, we start losing players again, and people just start losing interest in Royale High again. Why is that? Because I feel like it's because Royale High is exactly making updates at this point in this moment in time that aren't really universal to many things happening in the game. For example, if there's like a Christmas update, right? The Christmas update and the Halloween update will only get relevant for only a certain period of time. The same thing for the Easter egg hunt. I forgot to elaborate on that, but the reason people aren't playing the Easter egg hunt is because the Easter literally passed. Like, Easter's done. So with Royale High, I feel like if you want to make an update that's universal that people can play all year long. Because if they can do that, then definitely people will not lose interest. People, like for the New Year's update, the quests thing were such a great idea. But again, it gets irrelevant when New Year's has passed, which is why they can't only make updates for seasonal purposes. Like, they should make updates that are universal to the game. Now, about sets and like accessories and everything, and there are barely any individual sets and any individual skirts or shoes that many new players can actually get, and it can be cheaper. When it comes to a limited amount of like things to do in Royale High, usually people diamond farm, but people are actually getting tired of that as well. Again, they need more universal games. I mean, Battle Royale has been here for years, guys, so I get why they could be bored of it. So that's why, I mean, the last universal game we really all played was Battle à la Royale Archery that came out like back then in like late 2019. And so was the Sunset Island pageant game, which came out in summer of 2019. So you guys can see how long ago it was. And guess what? Those universal games worked out for Royale High because like we had a lot of traction when Battle Royale came out, and so is Sunset Island. So you can see like the universal universal games really work. They really do work. So I really want them to keep that in mind if they ever see it, if any developer ever sees this video, keep that in mind for future updates. Like universal games do work. It does help with your game, and I feel like it would be so perfect for like what you guys are trying to do. At least when you're done in new school, just keep those in mind. Not least, guys, we are going to be talking about what can we do to revive Royale High. Developers can't think of every single thing that we want. The developers also have to listen to community, like the community that they have, and to help them improve the game, because us people who play Royale High, we've seen it grow forever. We've been spectating the game. We know what works, we know what doesn't work, so getting community suggestions could really help the developers improve their game even more. The first thing I would suggest the Royale High developers do is that they should update more. They should get a certain amount of developers to work on like different updates each month, and then there should be a certain amount of developers that should only work on the new school. There are developers that only work on the new school and developers that work on updates. That doesn't have to do always with the new school, but there should be like a schedule in having updates, so maybe people won't get and lose interest. So I just thought that would be really that would be helpful to the game, because a lot of people are losing interest because there's barely any updates. Second, I really feel like when you do make updates, it shouldn't only be seasonal updates. There shouldn't be only updates for holidays like Christmas and Halloween. There should be different other updates for like maybe different games or something like that, because universal games work really well. That happens all year long. Sunset Island and Battle Royale, for example. And yeah, that's really all I have to say, guys. I made this video probably way too long. I'm gonna try and edit it out as best as I can. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take a big elvis at me, everybody.